Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gun Breakdown, a beginner's guide. I'm Jonathan, and today we're going over a new series. We're going over the Canik series. Specifically, we are going to be learning how to break down and clean your Canik TP9SFX pistol. Alright, let's get right into it. First things first, we're going to want to clear the weapon. Nothing inside the mag well. Nothing inside the chamber. So we got our physical and visual inspection done. There's nothing inside there. Okay, we're going to send that forward. And we're going to go ahead and squeeze this trigger. And now we're going to rack the slide back. And we're going to pull the slide bar down on both sides. So that you have one side right here. And then one side right here. So you only need to pull the slide back just a little bit. And it really doesn't have to go back that much. If you're kind of having a tough time with it, just pull it back on your optic or on your serrations. If you're having a tough time with that, and send that forward. So now we can set this down. Next, we're going to take apart our guide rod and spring. There we go. Set that down. And take apart your barrel and your slide. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and grab your solvent or your CLP if that's all you got. I am still on vacation, so this is all I have. Go ahead and shake that up a little bit. Okay. Now, since this gun has been cleaned previously, also shout out to Wall for letting me use your pistol for this video. Thank you so much. Since this gun has been cleaned previously, we're only going to do a super light coat, but I am going to show you guys where to target for your spray. So I'll be using this pick to show you. So with your CLP, you're going to want to go inside of here, across this spring, down in here. Next, you want to go inside here, and then later on you'll take an applicator, a Q-tip inside of there and clean that out. And then you're going to go underneath right in here, this area right here. You see where the action is moving when I pull the trigger? So you're going to move underneath that, you're going to spray underneath that, and you're also going to get the side of the trigger bar right in here. And on the opposite side of that, right here. So let's go ahead and do that. And let that just kind of soak down. And also you want to spray inside of your mag well. So you're going to want to clean this out because over time, if it's your carry pistol, or if you shoot it all the time, dust and dirt will get inside of your mag well, and it will get dirty. So just spray a little bit inside there too. It does not have to be much. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to set that to the side. Next is going to be our guide rod and spring. So we're going to go ahead and spray just across here, and since the way this can works without the straw is it just max max volume spray. We're just going to take our fingers and we're going to help guide the liquid across the guide rod and spring. Okay, and now that's done, we can let that run across and just kind of work it and twist it around. Okay, now that that's done, we can set this to the side. Next is going to be our barrel. So you're going to want to spray, so you're going to want to make sure that you spray the inside of the barrel as well, and inside of this hook piece right here. And also make sure that you get the end as well. Okay. Let that break it down. Okay. Okay, now we can set that to the side. Next is going to be your slide. So you're going to want to make sure that you get inside of this little hole that is, let's see if you can see it. Yep, that is right here. You're going to spray. You're going to spray down along this side because we're going to take a brush. We're going to take a toothbrush to that, and then this little groove and all the grooves that run across down through the slide and where your barrel ends up. We're going to want to make sure that we get inside of there as well. Okay, let's get that. All right. Okay, now that that's done, we can grab our brush. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take our bristles and run along the spring. And get inside of there as well. Now we're going to switch ends and we're going to go inside of the mag well. Okay, and now that that's done, we're going to switch ends and go back to here, to the silver piece where the trigger bar is, and also work the action along the way. Okay, let's move on to our guide rod and spring. Okay, and once we have that done, we can now move on to our barrel. So let's go ahead and get inside of this little hook area right in here. And now we're going to want to get right here on the breech face. Okay. And now that that's done, we can go ahead and we can tackle our slide. So let's start with the end. Let's start with the bottom, the back end of the slide. And then as you're brushing it, you just kind of turn it to its sides, and you're going to brush alongside where those cutouts are as well, so that you can kind of just do all in one. That'll make your life a lot easier. Then you're going to take your bristles, and let's go ahead and wipe them off real quick. Okay. All right. And now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take some applicators or very large Q-tips. And we're going to run through our barrel. We're going to run this through right here on this hook area right here. See if you can see that. Right through here. Nice, not too bad, not too bad. And as far as cleaning goes, it's not imperative that you make it inspection ready. It doesn't have to be completely, there doesn't have to be absolutely no black at all, absolutely zero carbon. You know, we're cleaning our weapon for its maintenance to make sure that it doesn't get rusted, to make sure that there's not an excess amount of carbon buildup or lead buildup. We're just doing this for general maintenance, and we're making sure that the weapon stays clean and clear and will operate and function properly. I will say, if it's like that dark black color, you are gonna want to make sure that you take more CLP or solvent and you run over that area a few more times, because you see how dirty that is. We're going to take a little bit more CLP and we're going to run it across the breech face right through here. Okay. Okay, let's take another one. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to run some patches through here as well. Okay, let's do one more, and that should be it. Dang. There we go. Okay. And now that we have the edges of that done, we got the edges of this cleaned and cleared, we're going to go ahead and set this down. Next, we're going to take some applicators to our slide. And we're going to get into the spots that we're not going to be able to get with our cleaning rag. Right, you're going to want to do that a few times. Take some applicators, take your cleaning rag if you can, and get into those spots. If you don't have any applicators, what you can do is you can take your, where do you go? So you can actually take your pick and you can take your cleaning rag and use it as a makeshift applicator and use it and push it into those spots. Kind of jab it in there, and then swish it around to make sure that you get all the residue out. Okay, so that spot's pretty bad, so we're definitely going to need to do a hit in here. So you want to make sure you get inside of this hole right here a few times. And remember, it is okay for you to use your solvent or your CLP again if you have to. It's okay to do multiple coats, or if you even need to let it set for a little while, that's absolutely okay, because sometimes it does take this stuff for a while to break down. Now, if you're questioning how long should I let it set for, it really just depends on how dirty the firearm is. If you haven't cleaned it, and over, I don't know, 10,000, over 10,000 rounds, I would presume you'd probably want to let it sit for maybe a little bit longer than 10 minutes. It really just depends on your firearm and just really how dirty it is, and if there's any rust buildup in combination with that. I'm going to take some applicators and we're going to run through these grooves on the slide. Okay, let's take another one and go through that one more time. Touch up on that. All right. And now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and set this down to the side. And now we're going to take some applicators to our pistol grip. And we're going to get inside of this area right in here. Yeah, look how filthy that is. See if you can see it. Make sure you get underneath this silver bar as well, this piece right here. Man, these are extremely brittle. They keep breaking. I'm barely putting any pressure on this. That's why I do not like the long Q-tips. All right, and now that we're working through here, we're going to run a couple more applicators through there. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take our cleaning rag and we're going to run through this. Make sure you get inside of your mag well. Okay, and now that that's done, we're going to go with our slide again. Take our cleaning rag, run that through. Okay. Now that our slide is done, we're going to go to our guide rod and our spring, and we're going to wipe that down really quick. And just so you guys know, I do actually clean the weapons a little bit more in depth than this, but to prevent the video from being too long and boring you guys to tears with silence, I do make sure that the videos are cut down to a shorter length. I just want you guys to get the general idea of how to clean your firearms. and make sure that there's not excess oil or excess solvent or anything like that. You know, these are all the steps. As far as how in depth you go, that's going to be up to you. But yeah. All right. Now that we're done with the barrel, we're going to go ahead and wipe our hands off because I do have oil, or put on a new set of gloves. It's your choice. I'm just going to wipe off my hands with the cleaning rag and get this little spot right here that I spilled some too. Okay. All right, and now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and reassemble our Canik TP9SFX. So go ahead and grab your barrel and your slide, and you're going to put the barrel in, hook side down. Grab your guide rod and your spring, put it into the guide rod hole that's cut for it, and make sure the metal flange is going into that concave end. And then you're going to grab your pistol grip, and you're going to put that back on the slide and then rack it all the way. Now we're going to do what's called our functions check. So you're going to pull the trigger. You should hear a click. Reset the trigger by racking the slide. Pull the trigger again, and this time you're going to hold it down. Rack the slide while you're holding the trigger down. Let go of the trigger, and you should hear a soft clunk. Pull the trigger again for a click. Reset the trigger by racking the slide, and there you go. Now you have done your disassemble, cleaning, and reassembly and functions check of the Canik TP9SFX. So I'm going to wipe this down a little bit to get some of this excess CLP that's on it off. But yes, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.